I wasn't able to accept a woman loving me because I didn't love myself. So as soon as they would start to fall in love with me, I'll be like, I'll get the ick.
Many women cannot handle sexual rejection. Like they generally, and it's because especially the more attractive they are, they're not used to it.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have sex with me? That post-nut clarity, it's such a phenomenon.
It is.
It's such a
thing.
phenomenon. It's actually crazy how the switch can be so instant.
Sometimes it hasn't even left your body yet.
Literally.
Like
anticipating the emptiness you're about to feel. Yo guys, welcome back to another episode on my channel. I'm sitting in this spot, which means I've got a great conversation lined up for you today. You know, on this channel, we love to talk about all things dating, relationships, and see what we can do to attract the kind of person, relationship we want. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Aaron Asomdwe to the show.
Hey, my brother, thank you for having me.
Mate, absolute pleasure. Let's go. I know, when we have our audience, when we have our crowd, do you know what I mean? We'll do it Steve Harvey style.
We'll make it work.
100%. Well, bro, thank you for coming on. You know, we appreciate you. You know, there's some things we're going to delve in today that I think is going to be very valuable for a lot of men and women, for sure. You know, I want to see in terms of where it started from, in terms of from the comment section, from what you started doing. But first, I always love to jump straight in. So if you can tell us what your age is and what a woman should know about you if you're going to take on a date.
Yeah, so 35 years old. And what someone should know about... Did you say what I do as well?
No, well, what someone should know about you if you're going to take on a date. What should a woman know about you?
That I'm hardworking. I'm
okay.
Yeah. If I put my mind to something, I'm going to manifest it.
Okay. Do you feel like in terms of, you know, do you feel like the way you show up, you kind of demonstrate that through what you've done, like your experience that you've been like?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I believe in sacrifice for what you want. And that's definitely something that I picked up just through religious text. Through religious text, sacrifice is always mentioned. You know, and when we look at religious text, it goes back thousands of years.
Yeah.
And it's still present to this day. So that just shows you sacrifice for what you want and you can get it.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
you say about you being a hard worker.
Yeah.
Like, a man's in shape, so already know that, innit? Like, don't let the clothes fool you, bro. Don't let them fool you.
Come on, man. I'm trying to camouflage.
Is that something that you find attractive in a woman if she demonstrates to be like a really hard worker, or do you find there are other things that you
100%, 100%. I believe that like hard work, dedication, commitment, these are things that can benefit an individual, male and female, throughout multiple parts of their life. So definitely for me, when I come across a woman that is hardworking, I'm already the standards, value. I already see the value, you know what I'm saying? And this doesn't have to be in regards to even their job.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When I say hardworking, it could literally be the relationship with their parent. Every week, I make sure I go to my mom's house.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might take my nan some shopping. This little thing, it doesn't have to be, you know, it could even be with a friendship group.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like every month we make sure we go out to eat.
Yes.
Just little things like that just show, okay, you can commit to something long term.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think is an area where, you know, because I know you're happily married now, and how long have you been with your lovely missus for?
We've been married for a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, we love that. What do you think, before you kind of started settling down, what was it that you felt you were looking for in the women you were dating, right, before you met your now wife?
Man, to be honest, I'm going to be real, completely honest.
Keep it real, man.
Before I met my wife, before I decided to really knuckle down, because it's phases, it's waves, actually, I would say.
Yes.
People go through waves.
Yes.
So there was a period, all I was chasing was pleasure, right? And so when you're chasing pleasure, it's really based off what you see. You're just, whatever you see, it's kind of like food. If it looks nice, you're just like, yeah, I'll have it.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
So
you're not
true.
thinking about if it's actually healthy for you. So I've gone through that phase. But then when I was able to, you know, wisen up and think about the future in certain ways, I wanted a woman that, you know, took care of herself, physically, mentally, educated. I looked at my own flaws. I looked at my own life. I didn't do too well in school. Me and school didn't gel.
Yeah.
I wanted a woman that school gelled with. You see what I'm saying? Little things like that, I'm able to critique myself, and I'm like, what do I need my partner to be like? You know what I'm saying? Not just what I have. Like, I like music, so I want them to like music.
Yeah.
Also like things that my weak areas. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like things like that. Yeah, so something like that, hardworking, take care of their health.
Yeah.
Of course, I wanted someone that was worldly.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? When I hadn't traveled much, I wanted someone that was into traveling, or that had traveled, and that was into traveling. So that's another thing. I'm looking at my weaknesses, but at the same time, I'm trying to manifest for my future. And if I'm gonna have a partner that's right by my side, best believe they gotta be a good influence on me.
Yeah, 100%. So let's and you don't have to share anything you don't want to, but let's talk about, those Playboy days, those Playboy days. So what were you like before you started settling down and getting serious? Like what was it like for you? What were you doing? Like, tell the ladies how the game was played.
So what I would say is that this is my this is warning.
Yeah. He's not this person anymore, okay? The villain is over.
The stories expressed are not the opinion of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, but no, what I would say, I was very lost and misled, and I mean, yeah, man, I just saw, and this just shows the immaturity as well. I looked at the movies that I was watching, the series that I was watching, and things like that. And it was the guy that had the most girls and the player that would be celebrated.
Yeah.
And even amongst young men as well, players get celebrated. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to go to a house party, for example, and you walk away with 5 numbers, then you're getting a pat on the back.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So that's how I was, man. I wasn't really taking life seriously. I would meet a woman and do whatever I needed to do in order to get pleasure. Really.
Yeah.
And that's the honest truth. And I wasn't able to commit. But I realize now, looking back, the reason why I wasn't able to accept a woman loving me because I didn't love myself. So as soon as they would start to fall in love with me, I'll be like, I'll get the ick. I'll be like, what do you mean? Like, you want to be with me? I haven't done nothing to make you want to be with me, but that's me downplaying myself. You know what I'm saying? I gave this woman a great time, great personality, caring.
Yeah.
But because I didn't see value in myself, now when she sees it, I'm like, nah, you're clingy.
Okay. Like, do you know, was there any point, is timing not a thing? Like, do you think maybe that you were at a point where, where you just weren't looking to settle down?
I think that I didn't know what settling down was.
Right.
I just didn't know it existed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I hadn't realized that yet.
Yeah.
I grew up in a single parent household. So I never saw marriage. I never saw, that deep love and sacrifice, and you see what I'm saying? And also it was the same for my community. I never saw it in my community.
Yeah.
I mean, throughout school, I had one close friend that had a dad in the house.
Yeah.
So do you get what I'm saying? So even that is an example. But yeah.
I think that, do you think, because I think it's normal that guys want to get to a point, where they can attract different women. Do you know what I mean? Because, it's that whole idea that as a guy, because even, let's say if you're a guy and you attract women, other women see value, because it's like, well, clearly women know how selective women are. So if you're getting attention from women, there's clearly something about you that is valuable that other women could want. Do you think to get to a point where you're like, okay, this is unfulfilling, this kind of seeking pleasure, hedonistic like way of doing things, do you think that you had to go through that? You had to get to a point where you could indulge with different women, have different experiences to realize actually, cool, that was fun, but it's not as fulfilling as, what you have now. Yeah. Do you think a guy has to go through that to get to that point?
I would say that there's a quote that I like, is that a good person learns from their own mistakes. A great person is able to learn from other people's mistakes.
Big facts.
And so, yeah, I had to go through that. But I wouldn't advise that everyone go through those trials and tribulations, because you might not come out of it unscathed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might, like, you can go through that. You come out with a child, an unwanted child.
Yes.
You can come out with diseases. You can come out with a reputation.
Yes.
And that was something that I experienced, the reputation. Okay. Especially because when I was ready to settle down, I did meet a woman that I really liked, introduced her to my family, met her family. and we spent time with each other. The investment was real, and I was finally ready. And it was the whole boy who cried wolf. A girl said that, nah, he tried to pull it on me. But it wasn't. It was that girl that actually tried to pull it on me, and I took her away.
Okay.
But she didn't like the rejection. So
yes,
she passed the word on to the woman that I wanted to be with, and the woman believed her.
Damn.
And I had to look in the mirror and be like, all those years.
But that's not your fault, though.
No, it is my fault. 100%.
But if a woman lies about you.
No, because my reputation should have stood up for me. My social credit was so low by that point that even when someone told a lie about me, it was so hard to believe the truth. But I had done that. It's years of being a player.
So I hear that.
Yeah.
So when you say being a player, because I'd say, is there a difference for you between you might date different girls, but you're being honest with them.
Yeah.
And then kind of literally lying to one girl, lying to another one, saying all this and whatever. Because I think, because people date different people, right?
Yeah.
Both men and women do it.
Yeah.
I think how we do it, I would like to say, really confirms whether it's a guy or girl, whether that player type or not.
Yeah.
So do you feel, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but do you feel like maybe there were some situations that with women that you mishandled that came to bite you because of that? Or would you say that every girl that you were with, sure, you're playing the field doing your thing, but you were doing it in an authentic way?
No, I would say some women, I did it more authentically than others.
Sure.
But it all depends on where that person was at, because I would say now looking back, I was in a very low place, and the women that were willing to accept that, and I could be 100% honest, they were in a low place too. Right. So it all depends on how low can you go?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Can you take it to the phone?
Yeah, that's it. Right? Okay, come over. We're here.
But yeah, that's what it was. So for example, there was a time when I was seeing 3 women at the same time that lived in the same block.
Damn, yo, that's brave. That's brave, bro.
Yeah,
that's brave.
Look, I'm not proud. I'm not proud. But I say that to say this.
Okay.
1 out of 3 was willing to accept the fact that I was seeing 2 other women. Yeah. 1 out of 3. And now that I look back, she was in a low place. Like, and I was too. But yeah, even my reasoning for doing that was because the props that you get when you tell that to your boys and you know what I mean, to your peers.
Yeah.
That was a lot of props. Yeah.
Do you think because I think you mentioned in your conversation you had with King, there was like one thing that happened that made you go, oh, okay, like I need to switch up. Was it what that girl did, saying things that weren't true about you?
There was a few things, some stuff like built up over the years. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back. The external straw that broke the camel's back. Because I would say there was an internal shift and an external shift. When both happened, it was like enough's enough. Yeah. So that I would say is definitely the external one that broke the camel's back. But prior to that, you know, I had a mistaken pregnancy with a woman. So that was another thing that was kind of playing on my mind. Like, raw, like you really had an abortion. Yeah, like, you're playing with fire. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
That's a life. Yeah,
you see, even mentioning stuff like that to your friends, you see how they react. Yeah, like when your boy laughs at you, like, oh, that's what you did. That makes you feel like crap. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is just being aware. Yes. It's like, raw, like, I'm really playing with fire. Yeah. So that was one thing as well. But yeah, when there was a woman that I wanted to give everything to, and she wasn't able to see the new man that I had become because of my ways, that was definitely one of the external factors. And also because I was building a life for myself. I had my own place. I was building my own company. I had money. I had savings. My reputation amongst my family was changing, but I was seeing that the people I'm seeing, they're not changing. And I'm sharing my world with these temporary people. Yes. And I'm like, it got to the point that I was like, yo, like, you've explained your life to about 5 different women since you've been living in this flat. Right, you've brought them in here. You've explained this is what I'm doing, and it's the same story. And like a couple months later, you don't know them. Like, what are you doing wrong? Like, do you know what I mean? You lost your virginity as a teenager. Yeah, right, and you still ain't. I started to look at myself like, you're slacking. Like, you're not doing good at this. Like, if you lost your virginity as a teenager and you're still, the relationship you just had the other day is no different to the one that you had at 16.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In regards to the come and go quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, like I'm doing something wrong. I don't think the game is meant to be played like this.
Yeah. No, I hear that, and good for you in that sense. So I think that's really interesting, that for something for guys to hear, because I do think a lot of guys, they want to be that guy who can get women. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of the time, there's that innate desire, right, to indulge sexually different women, but also it's supposed to be a signal of, okay, like he's a great guy, as in he's got great qualities about him. He brings value, which is why so many women want him. So it's really interesting. I think it's worth hearing that if you are that guy, even having that reputation can affect with the woman that you actually want something long-term with.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So in that sense, what was it for you? Was it those few things that just made you go internally, something needs to change?
Yeah.
Because I think for a lot of women, especially if they're dating these guys who have a lot of options, who maybe they are indulging and with different connections, they think, okay, how can I change him? And I guess the question is, do you believe that she can change him, or do you think it's something he has to do on his own?
I don't believe that. Well,
which one?
To be honest, I think two truths can exist at the same time.
Okay.
I would say. But I think also sometimes you might just have to go through like a bad situation with that man to change him.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the mistaken pregnancy.
Yes.
Cool. I would say she was definitely a woman that, maybe thought she could change me. And she did. My experience with her did change me.
Yeah.
But look what we went through.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. We really trying to go through the depths of hell. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, together. And then when you do go through something like that, you can be left with trauma.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then, like, you might not even look at that person the same way. So yeah, you've changed, but you might not change each other for the better.
Yeah.
You might change him for the better.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he's gonna change
But what
you.
price? Yeah.
Yeah.
What
you
price?
might be in a worse place. Like, like now, like, for example, I saw more value in life when we had to get that abortion.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, like I never want to sacrifice my seed again.
Yes.
For a mistake.
Yeah.
But she was the one that had to go into the clinic.
And actually do it.
And went through that and went through the pain, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely changed me for the better. But we'll have to ask her if it changed her for the better.
100%.
I don't think it did. Yeah, it was bad. So
did that change how you saw sex?
100. Yeah. Definitely. Because prior to that, I thought that, everyone knows how babies are made. But prior to that, I just thought, like, what are the chances?
Like, you never think it will happen to you until it's you.
Yeah. You think, what are the chances, man? I remember, like, even having sex unprotected with women, it'll be like a gift. Like, women will gift that.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be like, no, you don't need to.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll just be, and you know what I'm saying? You take
of course, as a guy, like, you're like, oh, okay, it's not.
Yeah. Like, oh, great, I'm doing amazing then.
Yeah.
Like, she likes me. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
The consequence of it.
The consequences. Do you get what I'm saying? And she might not know it. Like I said, there's a lot of people that are in the game that are lost.
Yeah.
And that are in a low place. So yeah, she might actually see that as a gift, but it really ain't, because this is how things like that happen. This is how diseases spread, etc.
Yeah, of course. What do you think something that, for women, if they're looking for a relationship, what do you think that they're struggling to maybe grow within themselves so they can start attracting that kind of man or getting that real commitment from him, do you think?
I would say definitely first things first is be the person you want to attract. At the end of the day, we are humans, right? And humans are social people.
Yeah.
Right. So if you do want to attract a certain type of person, go far and beyond to be that type of person. So for example, a woman might say, you know what, I want to attract a man that, he sees value in the home, right? In a wife. And she might have ambitions to be a housewife, for example, where she doesn't need to worry about her career as much, and she has a man that does. But best believe, if there's a man that is very ambitious in the outside world, he's going to definitely want extra comfort in his house.
100%.
Right? Because he's going to be spending so much of his energy out there.
Yes.
So an example of that is, okay, cool. When you're online, you're single, you're online, you're filming your IG story every day. show us what you're cooking. Show the world what you're cooking. Show the world how you keep your house. Go to IKEA and make a new feature wall in your house and show that off.
Yeah.
I guarantee that will attract the right person.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So demonstrating those wifey qualities that a guy will look at and be like, okay.
Exactly, because the guy that wants a wife will see value in that.
Yes.
He'll see value in the fact that you just designed your front room on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or cooked a new dish every day of the week. Or like even set yourself a challenge. Like, I'm gonna cook. Like, people like to express themselves online.
It's
Get
true.
creative with it.
It's true.
IG story, I'm gonna cook a new meal for the next 7 days.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take you
along. Yo, that's actually big facts.
You see what I'm saying? And it's just, I guarantee, like, look, we're men.
Yeah.
We're men. Man to
true.
man. If you saw a woman doing that,
listen.
Yeah.
That's wifey material for sure.
I'm like, I need that food.
100%. It's true.
That food. Especially if she's like, now I got all these leftovers. I got to take it to my family's house. And
So
I'm like,
let me just drop that DM real quick.
Oh,
what you doing, babe? What you up to?
Orientated.
So here's the thing. I completely co-sign off on that. I think a lot of girls would be like, yeah, but those kind of posts don't get a lot of attention from men. It's always the post that they're posting, like, you know, she's posted something thirst trappy, you know, other girls posting very like sexy or provocative stuff. So those kind of girls who would be like, yeah, they want to demonstrate this to show that they are that kind of woman who can bring that to a man's life. They go, well, no guy's going to see it because unless I post that with my cleavage out, right, it's not going to get any attention. So what would you say to those girls?
I would say definitely concentrate on quality over quantity. And I know it's hard in
regards to the attention.
Yes. I know it's hard in the current landscape where, you know, the majority of people are praising just quantity for not necessarily the quality and depth of stuff like content or you know, even the way people carry themselves. But I would say if you're looking for one man, then concentrate on that. That's quality right there.
Yeah.
One. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I would. That's the advice that I would give a woman that, you know, she's ready to do what it takes to, you know, connect with someone and have a relationship.
Yeah, 100%. It's so funny. People be like, oh, but this didn't get a lot of views. You know, it's not getting a lot of attention. And you're so right. It's like, you're not looking for every man. You're looking for one.
Looking for one man.
One man.
Exactly.
That's the only one you're looking for. Do you know what I mean? What's something you want to bring to the conversation today?
I wanted to talk about the view or perception of dating as opposed to seeing it as a means to an end, as opposed to seeing it as the be all and end all. Because do you think that the way that people are viewing dating now, they're kind of seeing it as the whole thing? If they get a great dating experience, or concentrating too much on that phase, when in fact it's meant to be something similar to your provisional license that you do for a certain period of time, and then you graduate, you go into the next phase, and then you go into the next phase. What do you think?
I think it's seen by a lot of people. It's kind of like going to uni, as in you go there to kind of study, but you're also there to kind of have a good time. And then when you get serious, once you graduated, that's when you get a job.
Yeah.
Right? So, because a lot of people go to uni, yes, for the degree, but they also go to uni to have fun, to experience the adult life without the adult responsibility, right? You know, to spread their wild oats, to, you know, spread their wings. So I think dating for a lot of people is, I don't say like a hobby. It's like, it's something that they do to indulge in either pleasure, to connect with different people. And then it's okay, when they're ready to settle down, that's when they take dating seriously, right? Because there are people who will go on dates and they're not looking for anything serious. And so anybody who's like, if they're quite strict, serious-minded, if they're very religious, they'd be like, well, why are you dating if you're not looking for something serious? Yeah. But people enjoy going out. People enjoy the pleasure side of things. People enjoy having fun. You know, there's a social element to it. Do you know what I mean? So I think, especially because nowadays, especially if we're talking about in the West, I think people are less religious. They're less, it's funny, they're less traditional. until it comes to getting married and settling down.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think I've seen that for a lot of women as well. You know, they kind of, you know, just want to have fun because I do their thing, not be serious, and then when they get serious, they're like, okay, now I'm traditional. To which sometimes guys are like, well, why are you traditional now?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do think dating it's become a sport. Dating has become a sport.
It has.
I would say. Yeah. What do you think?
I think that's true. Dating, in a certain sense, there's a lot of elements that are like a sport. I used to look at it that way as well.
Yeah.
Literally, I used to, like, in my immature mind, I used to keep a list, things like that. Like, do you get what I mean? So I think, yeah, there are a lot of people that are approaching the situation like that. So for example, it could be a woman, for example, that goes on a date and one of her goals on a date is like, can I get this guy to pay?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like, as if it's a sport and, you know what I mean, you get a medal for that. Or there could be a guy, for example, that goes on a date and his whole thing is, can I sleep with her on the first night? And that's his challenge. But I do think, yeah, a lot of people do spend their time not really focusing on the end goal. Like, life moves forward.
Yes.
If you're lucky enough to experience a long-lived life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
So I would say, for me, that was one of the biggest mindset shifts.
Yeah.
I started thinking about, hold on a minute. I want to be 70 one day. I want a long life.
Yeah.
What does relationships, dating look like? I don't want to be dating at 70.
Yeah.
I don't want to be dating at 50. You know, I don't want to be dating at 40.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course, I still want the social life. Everyone wants a social life, but I don't want to be experiencing my social life through dating. You see what I'm saying? I wanted it to come to an end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that's just something that a lot of people, a lot of people are just living in the now, here and now, and whatever they can get their hands on. But yeah, I'm a big believer in, like, looking ahead and manifesting what you want.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. How do you, because I think for a lot of guys as well, especially if, okay, they go, okay, I want a serious relationship, I want a girlfriend, potential wife, but if they feel they're not in an economic position to have that, but they still want connection, right? So sometimes it can be where, okay, they want that connection, they want to have someone there, but they don't feel that they've built enough value in themselves to be the man they want to be within the relationship. What would your advice be to those guys? Is it they should swear off any kind of connection till they do that? Should they still, indulge in that? Like, what do you think?
I think that if you don't have the means externally, then work on your means internally. Because those means those values don't cost a penny.
Yes.
It doesn't cost anything to be disciplined.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And I think these are the type of things that I think, because it is hard out here in the West and it is very money orientated. Like, we live in a very capitalist society.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever, I mean, maybe a few, but you hardly hear anyone say they have enough money. Like, numbers don't end.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean? So I
true.
guarantee if you give someone 10 grand today, same time next year, they're going to want 100 grand.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're never going to stop.
Yes.
But I do think that, I think that even if you don't have the means externally, I think that it doesn't mean you can't get to know people.
Yeah.
I think that once you take the time to really lead your life, there is someone that will see value in that. Someone that appreciates that. You see what I'm saying? Especially, and they can help you build. You got to really say, like, yo, like, I might need a woman that likes business like I do.
Yeah.
So we can start one together. Someone that is willing to graft. And I would definitely say, even with my wife, she helped me start my business. There was days when I didn't have a client.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, no one's there today. And she'll be like, nah, like, you're training me then. Like, we're going together in the rain, and we're going to keep the doors open just in case someone shows up to train. And until then, you can train me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess I gotta go. But it's those small things. Do you see what I mean? Because I wouldn't say I necessarily was where I wanted to be financially. I mean, like I said, the numbers don't end.
Yeah.
Right?
There's always something else.
Yeah,
like,
there's
okay,
always
I'm here,
something
but
else.
I want to get to.
I definitely encourage any man out there, just work on who you are and what you want to be internally. Like, I think there's an abundance of wealth internally that we can kind of focus on. And do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. So you got to a point where you're like, I need to change how I'm doing things. And you became very serious minded, very, commitment minded. At that point, did you find yourself being drawn to different kinds of women over who you were drawn to before?
Yeah, so that was interesting. So after my heart was broken, listen, I ain't too big and grown to say
we're all human.
My heart was broken. And especially going back to your boys and being like, yeah. Remember that girl that I was speaking about?
Yeah.
It ain't happening. And then, you take the L.
Yeah,
of course. Especially,
listen,
like I said,
happens.
The boys used to, they used to champion the player.
Yeah,
so
see you as the man.
Yeah. So when you go back with that kind of L and you're like, yeah, it didn't work. Oh, that what? Swear down, that girl that you was talking to. And it's just like, yeah.
It's always the case.
I mean, they love you when you're up. They hate you when you're down.
Yeah, that's it, boy. Yeah.
And then, but yeah, so that was the first thing. Then I thought to myself, okay, I was prepared to be with this woman. So I said to myself, all right, whoever I'm talking to or whatever, I'm going to actually stick by her. Whoever. But I didn't realize I was still being very promiscuous, overly promiscuous.
Right.
So there was a girl I was talking to. We ended up sleeping together. And I just, because of my mindset shift, I just thought, all right, cool. We've slept together. And to be a good guy, I need to stay by your side. Little did I know, me and this girl didn't even get along. Like, I was still sleeping. I was still thinking about sexual intercourse with the old mindset, which is if it looks good,
it is good.
But then trying to have the new mindset of, but if I sleep with a woman, I need to be a good man and stay by her side. Yeah. So I stood by her side. And I just started realizing, like, I don't like you. Like, you are too promiscuous. Yeah. Like, I just want to go. I'm walking down the street with you. We're going shopping. I'm seeing people's neck turn, and you know what I'm saying. Even me, like, I feel like it's a bit much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. We're just down the street. Yeah. There ain't no need for the heels and the short skirt, and you know what I'm saying. You start thinking about, like, yo, I can't live with this. Yeah. Like 24/7. That was one thing, and then messy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not keeping your space clean. Yeah. You're like your work is always late, always turning things into work late, rushing around. And
so interesting. So, like, for you, and let's just keep it real. Like, with this girl, the first thing you noticed was how she chose to present herself to the world, and you were like, yeah, that's like not for me.
How she was externally, she was a good person. Yeah. But how she was externally and just how she carried herself in her own world. Like, I stood by her side and took the time to observe it. But then, I ended up just saying, I think it's not going to work. Yeah. But then after that, I realized, all right, something needs to change. Like, it's not, there's something. Like, what was it? Where did I go wrong? Because I did the right thing. I was a committed man and I locked it off when I saw it weren't working. But I was like, where did I go wrong? I was like, okay, you tripped up when you had sex with her. That's where you tripped up. You shouldn't have had sex with her. Like, if you're going to stay with any woman that you have sex with because you're a man of certain morals, then you need to be more careful of who you're having sex with. And so that's when I started a journey of celibacy. Right. Yeah. And throughout my celibacy, it came with terms and conditions. So the terms and conditions were, if you ever want to have sex again, and Lord knows I did, you are going to have sex with a woman that you've gotten to know so well. Yes. And that you like her so much of who she is on the inside and how she carries herself in the world, that you are willing to make her your girlfriend without sleeping with her. Facts. So that was the standard, right? Yes. And that took me on a journey of its own, because I said to myself, you're going to continue dating. You're going to continue going out with women. Yeah. You're going to pay for dates, knowing you're not getting nothing in return in regards to, don't be like a scumbag and think, oh, because I've paid, now we got to have sex, all of that. Yeah. No, you're going to continue carrying yourself the way you carry yourself. Yeah. Right? But you're not having sex until, these are standards I set myself. Yeah. Until you like her enough. Yes. Of who she is on the inside, that you're willing to actually be with her. And so, that was a whole journey. I mean, I met loads of women, continued taking them on dates. But I would tell them on the first date, oh yeah, by the way, I'm celibate right now. I'm not prepared to sleep with a woman until I like her enough. And these women would be like, oh my God, you're the man I've been looking for.
The fresh breath air.
Oh yes, finally. Until they end up liking me.
Yeah.
And I do like them.
Yeah.
But then they're unable to be disciplined. So on the first date, when we first met, they were like, yeah, like I'm down for that.
Yeah.
But then now when we like each other and I'm saying, no, like we can't have sex.
Yes.
That's when you get all the different reactions and responses. You know, the like they can't handle rejection in a sense. A lot of people can't handle rejection.
Look, bro, maybe I'm biased because I'm a guy too. Genuinely, right? Many women cannot handle sexual rejection.
Yeah.
Like they generally, and it's because especially the more attractive they are, they're not used to it.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have sex with me?
It's the society that we live in. It's always, it's prepped that a man should chase a woman and he should try and, you know, kind of pitch.
Yeah.
He continues to pitch until, in a sense.
But I do think it's part of the natural dynamic where like it very rarely happens where a woman wants to sleep with a man and he says no.
Yeah,
even if a man like looks at her and be like, she's not the kind of girl that I choose, because she's putting it on a plate, guy will be like, all right then, like, do you know what I mean? Like, why am I going to say no?
And that's where a lot of us go wrong. That's where a lot of men go wrong. That lust, and we see many successful men
butcher their futures.
Yeah. I mean, we see many successful men. I'm sure a few came to mind right now. It's true. That full victim to being able to handle lust, you know? And I mean, there's a certain documentary out right now, you know, 4-part documentary right now. But yeah.
So, we won't say names.
You get what I'm saying? We won't say any names.
We won't say names, Sean, sorry.
But these are...
I didn't say his last time. That could be any Sean.
I mean, yeah. Sean. But yeah, like, so I think that's something that as men we're not taught. How to handle our sexual discipline. Yeah. And so I saw, but for me, I don't mind if someone can't handle rejection. I get it, but it's how you handle rejection.
Of course.
So of course. I had women, for example, turn on me. Like women tried to emasculate me. Really? And tried to say like, oh, like you're acting like a girl. Like, you know, it's like, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know what they wanted. They wanted me to turn the heat up and be like, no, I'm going to show you who's the man. Come here. Like, no, it's not happening. Get out. Yeah. I had another person that I dated. She got really insecure. Don't you like me? Yeah. I said I'm trying to be with you, and you're asking me, do I like you? Yeah. Just because I don't want to have sex. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then that's another thing. Mindset, all off. You see value. You're seeing value in sex over relationship. Yeah. But the thing is with when I met my wife, she understood. She understood, and when it came times where things did get steamy and hot, she was like, no, like, cool, we're gonna stick to it. And I remember there was a time when I got weak. And she was like, no, stick to your guns, like stick to what you're meant. And I was like, okay.
Were you spending the night together?
Yeah.
I respect that. With a girlfriend of mine, we had that kind of, okay, we're not going to do anything physical until we feel like we're ready. And it was mainly that she felt ready, felt comfortable. I was like, you know what, that's absolutely cool because I was seeing her as serious potential, fine. But then I said, the rule is though, that means we can't sleep in the same bed.
Okay, fair enough.
I was a bit like, because I know I'll get tempted. Yeah, right? To respect the condition we have while we're getting to know each other, right? I don't think we should sleep in the same bed. And so it's one of those where, and it's funny because I think for her at the time, she was like, oh, like, you know, I want to stay in the same bed with you. I want to kiss and cuddle and stuff. But I know, like, listen, if I'm super attracted to you and we get on really well, I know that other side of me, I know is going to want to connect with you on a physical level. Yeah. And I'm just the kind of person where I just won't put myself in that temptation position if I want to resist it, because I'm not going to pretend that I can't fall from grace. Yeah. Does that make sense? It does. So I'll put my hands off to you, man, because I think that would be I would struggle with that. Yeah. A lot of people would. A lot of people. But it's one of those things where it's like, there's nothing wrong with struggle. There's nothing wrong with struggle. Like, if we just look at mankind as a whole, like we used to
mankind used to struggle a lot worse back in the day.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean we still don't have all of that testosterone and drive that we had from when we were hunting.
Very true.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, how am I going to apply that warrior mentality to today's day and age? Because I can't let all of this juice go to waste.
Yeah.
What can I do? Okay, cool. I can be a stoic man in certain ways. I can be disciplined in certain ways. I can sacrifice in certain ways. I don't have to go to war anymore, but it doesn't mean I can't, look out for my community in a certain way. Go to war for my community in a certain way. For my younger siblings or whoever it is, for my brother, for my friend.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And put that energy somewhere. So that's kind of like how I saw it, is tapping into, like, just connecting with that side of me, like that masculinity, that positive, healthy masculinity that is like, no, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get what I want. You see what I'm saying? And it's all of these type of mindset shifts that I started realizing, is that, like, every man can be a king of his own empire. Yes. But he's got to be willing to be that king. Yes. To see his community as, this is my empire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is my right hand. This is my queen. This is like your best male friend, that they might be like your war general. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Who you go to, you confide in. And it's just those type of things. It's really a change of mindset. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was tough. Yeah. It was definitely tough. But also I said to myself, this is another condition, because I think as men in this society, globally, you see that as compared to our counterparts, we have a lot of advantages in a lot of ways. A lot of men, if they want, can become presidents easier than our female counterparts. Can be, you know what I'm saying? And with that, we can become powerful. So I said, but if a man doesn't have that structure and that discipline, the power can go to his head. Yes. Right? So I was like, I got to set myself these certain standards so that I don't go mad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that I always hold myself to a certain standard. So another thing was, if I like the woman enough that I want to have sex with her, right? And I'm in that crossroad now, do I make her my girlfriend? Do I not? I have to make a decision. And if I decide that I'm not ready to make her my girlfriend, even though my lust levels are through the roof, I'm not allowed to speak to her no more. I need to cut her off. And I need to let whoever's meant to be with her have her. And I need to go out and find my queen. Yeah. So that was one of the standards. So when it got to that point with my wife, like, it was after 2 months of talking every day. And it was getting to the point where I was struggling to, and she was, keeping me upright. You know what I'm saying? And I said to myself, all right, we've been talking every day for 2 months. I was like, let's not talk for 7 days. And in 7 days' time, we'll talk. I remember it was a Thursday. I said, so next Thursday, we'll talk and I'll let you know if we're either going to be together or we're just going to not talk anymore.
You said that to her, like, yeah, give it a week and I'll let you know?
Yeah. Straight. And she saw it, because it was a process. Yeah. And she knew that the process from the beginning. I told her, like, this is the journey I'm on.
Did she not feel at all, why do you need a week to know? Why can't you tell me? Why don't you know now?
I think like, apart, like, in her character, she has her self-esteem. She has self-esteem.
Of course. That's what I mean.
She didn't see me having a week off as anything to do with her. She was like, this is a you thing. Yeah. And you need the week.
That's real maturity for sure.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just that, like, for example, and her just be like, okay, cool, we won't speak for a week. And she stuck to it. And and then by the next week I just said, you know what, like, let's do this. Like, let's make it work.
That's amazing. How long has it been now since you guys
So it's been 11 years, 11 and a half
years. This is a round of applause for that, man. That's longer than most marriages. Did you feel when you were, when you had that transition yourself to date intentionally, take that celibacy, did you feel that there was a standard now you started to require from a woman that you didn't used to require before?
100%. I started looking at their confidence, the confidence they have in themselves, who they are as an individual. I mean, it's hard. Like, so for example, like, beauty standards in this world are double for women, right? So just how they view themselves. Are you able to go out without makeup? I mean, there was one woman, she was stunning. She was beautiful, naturally beautiful. She always wore makeup. And I remember this one day I just said, like, she used to wake up really early in the morning and put her makeup on. And I just told her one morning, like, you don't have to do that. Like, it's okay. Like, you could just lay. Like, we can lay in bed.
Yeah.
And she took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, oh, it was just negative. She was like, oh, you don't understand. Like, she was pointing the finger. Like,
Right,
and I was just like, I'm literally telling you that you are naturally beautiful.
So I'm accepting you. Yeah.
I accept you. And you're coming at me with kind of like and it's that self-esteem. It's how they view themselves.
She can accept herself.
Yeah, she can accept herself. And if you can't accept yourself, I can't accept you.
Yeah, big
you see what I'm saying? So yeah. But these are the things, those are the things that I started looking at. Like, what do they want? That was a conversation I would advise anyone that is planning to, you know, really build their future. At the beginning, a conversation. What do you want for your life? Like, what do you actually want?
Yeah.
And if that person doesn't say family, and if you want a family and they don't say family, then they probably don't want a family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If all they mention is, if a person just mentions, you know, I want money, I want my own company, I want to be able to travel around the world, you know, and they mention all these materialistic things, then they probably don't want a relationship.
Yeah.
And you can bring it up. I mean, you could suggest it. Definitely, you could say, well, what about a relationship? And then if the person responds something like, well, you know, I'm not really looking at that right now. Like, I'm kind of just going with okay.
They're not in that stage where they're looking to have
and that's
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because as men and women, we can be friends.
Yeah.
We can be friends, you know?
Well, I wouldn't be friends
with
wait.
Talk to me, man. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about friendship? Or platonic relationships between men and women?
Sure. So it's funny because I have, and I say this with love to all my female friends, right? I have like a few female friends that I generally call my female friends. But the reason they're my friends is because I wouldn't sleep with them.
Because you wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
Because I'm just not, I don't feel that physical attraction towards them. And like my closest female friend, like objectively, she's actually a very beautiful woman. Like she's very beautiful, but we just wouldn't, that physical chemistry is not.
When you say physical chemistry, like break that down. Like what's the physical chemistry?
So like, you know, when you look at someone, so I'd say a relationship is friendship plus chemistry, right? So you know how you were like, when you were getting to know your wife, that lust level was through the roof. You want to be physical with her. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't that you just wanted to be physical, but you wanted to be physical with her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I'm with a girl and there's that physical attraction where I would be physical with her, I wouldn't be friends with her.
Okay.
Personally. Because I think that 9 times out of 10, especially for a guy, if we're really good friends, that means I like you as a person. If I want to be physical with you, that's a recipe for a relationship. And so it would be natural for, I think, a guy to want more if both of those things are there for him. Now, it's interesting because I feel like I've got to a point where, maybe I'm about to contradict myself. I had a similar experience where I was, you know, I was always moving with integrity, but yeah, I was, you know, dating different women, just kind of, you know, enjoying myself. And I remember there was this one girl who we were in bed lying together, right? And she was smoking hot. Do you know what I mean? The kind of girl that every guy would be like, oh my gosh. And I realized, like, I just don't like you. Like, I just don't like who you are as a person.
Yeah. She's
not a bad person, but I was like, I just don't like who you are.
You don't connect with what you would want and who you want to spend your time with.
Right. And that turned me off. And it was just like, I actually am no longer attracted to this girl. And so for me, it was, you know, I've been at this point where even if a woman is gorgeous and beautiful, you know, and, you know, I've dated different gorgeous women, that's not enough for me to have like a physical attraction for her. So if I really have to like who she is as a person, right, as well as the physical attraction. So if I meet a girl and there's not that physical attraction, but I do like her as a person, I know we can be friends.
Yeah.
But if I like her and then that makes me want to be physical, I'm like, then in my head, that's seen as like, okay, could that happen? Maybe could that happen? And then that means it's not strictly platonic. So for me, I think the best way, and the thing is, women can be friends with girls women can be friends with guys that they find physically attractive, but they can keep it platonic, I think, a lot easier than guys. Not all the time, but I think a lot easier. But I think for guys, I think there's always exceptions to a rule. But I think for guys, I don't think they can be like friends with the girls they're attracted to. And when I say friends, I don't mean that, you know, you can't be friends at work or you can't talk to them and stuff like that. I mean friends like in, oh, come over, we're going to have dinner together.
Yeah.
Or like, we're going to go to this event together because we're going to hang out one-to-one.
Yeah.
I would not, if I'm attracted to her and we're not dating, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Cool. That's fair enough, man. I think that's really interesting. And it's good to hear that as well. I feel like I'm the opposite. So like,
talk to me.
I do have, I have a good amount of female friends that I can rely on. I go out to eat with, go to events, go on holiday with, even.
Just you and them?
Yeah, just me and them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just me and them.
Interesting.
Because even though I see I see who they are as a person.
Yeah.
And I see the physical, I see the beauty, right? The physical beauty. So the internal and external beauty.
Yeah.
But also it has to be purposeful. In regards to what would your purpose be though? Like, what do you mean? I don't have a purpose for you in my life. So that keeps me at bay enough. Like my purpose, the purpose that you fulfill in my life is as a supportive friend. You don't fulfill the purpose. I've already got a wife. Yeah. So that part of me is.
Sure. So is there no level of physical attraction?
There is, I would say there's physical appreciation.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can see a smile and be like, that's a beautiful smile.
Yeah,
I can hear a laugh and be like, you have a great laugh. Yeah. I can see a friend get ready to go out and we're going out and I'd be like, you are killing that outfit. Like you look fine. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean, and this goes back to the journey that I took in regards to having sex with purpose. Yeah. It doesn't mean from when I did that journey, for me, the purpose of sex became because to have a wife. So now outside of that, there's no point because I've done all the other outside of that. I've done it for years. I've done it throughout my whole 20s and teens. I did the whole have sex for a good time. Yeah, I don't want that. Like, like if I'm having sex, it's because I'm ready to build. You know what I'm saying? So, and because I'm already building, you know, I could see them and I could still be like, yeah, like you got a great personality, you're physically attractive, but also I see your flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like also, I see when we're out, I see the type of brothers that are coming to talk to you. Yes. And you're giving them that some type of, like you're giving them the time of day. Like me as a man, I can see that brother's a player. Like I can see it. Just his whole get up, his cheeky smile. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Even when I meet him, like she's like, oh, it's my friend. And he's like, oh, what's going on, bro? And we give each other the nod. I'm like, my brother, I know you. You
think I'm on your team, bro?
Yeah. Like, I know you. But then that makes me see them also in a different light. Like, oh, you like these type of guys. Anyway, like that is already, but we're friends, obviously. But it's like, that's why I'm happy that I got my build. Like, you know what I mean? It makes me more secure in my build. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? What I have. Because I'm just like, we couldn't, even though I like you physically and I like who you are as a person, that type of thing, like.
I hear you. And so here's my question. The old you, who was like, you know, hooking up with girls, having fun in that sense. Yeah. With the old you, if that female friend that you go, I can appreciate she's attractive. The old you, if she stuck it on the old you, would the old you have embraced that casually?
100%. The old me would have I would probably say there was a lot of good friends that I could have had back in the day that I decided to sleep with. Yeah. And then it messed everything up and now we don't know each other.
If you're loving this episode and these kinds of conversations, then I want to give you something. We recently launched the Kits Angels community. This is a sisterhood for women who are tired of what the dating scene has given them and are ready to take their love lives to the next level. It's a space for you as a woman to not be alone in your journey to love, where we learn, talk, and share our experiences as part of a strong sisterhood, with some leadership and guidance from yours truly, of course. Not to mention never before seen videos from me on how I've led dozens of women to meeting great men. And so as a thank you for watching this episode, I'm giving you a month's membership completely complimentary on me. Just click the Kits Angels link below, and when you join the group, message me the code phrase Angels Podcast, and I will pay for your membership. Now back to the episode.
See, I think I get why now, and correct me if I'm wrong, because for you, with sex, there's like, you wouldn't have had sex with them even though you find them attractive, because you were dating girls that you're like, I'm not sleeping with you. So even with girls that you were...
Yeah, the old me, I mean, the standards were low. You just got to be physically attractive.
Yeah.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there was women that I met at a bar and they were physically attractive and that was enough. Like, and you just have a one night stand. So the bar was extremely low.
Yeah.
I don't have to know you. I mean, let's be real, man. You have some of these one night stands, like you have a one night stand, you ask you like, what's the actual person's name today?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you remember the memory at the moment, but do you really remember her name?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think because you've evolved yourself to this point where her being attractive doesn't qualify for you to desire her physically. Yeah. That's why it's like, you can be friends with the most gorgeous girl. Yeah. Because like her attractiveness doesn't qualify for you to be like, yeah, I'd be physical with you. Yeah. Right. There's other things. And this is why I'm saying I think there are exceptions to the rule, because when you're a guy where, okay, her just being attractive isn't enough for me to say yes, even in a casual sense, then you can, because it's like, well, I wouldn't be physical with you anyway. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I don't think most guys are like that.
They're not. Not in this society. Not in this society.
Which is why I think, as a general rule, I don't think guys can be friends with girls they find attractive.
Yeah. But I mean, who wants to be general? Like,
I think like, principles
that for general, like just to, and that's something I would say as well, man. Like,
because the old you, I'd be right.
Yeah. I mean, all right, you can have that. But I mean,
and it's funny because it's like, because things, and I get it in the sense of, there's different levels of quote unquote friendship. Yeah. And so for me, maybe it's also, I don't even know, maybe it's a selfish, when I say a selfish thing, like if I'm giving my time and energy to someone, why would I give that to a woman that I'm not considering seriously? Do you know what I mean?
Because women are, one thing I would say as well is that we got to look at each other as people first. Yeah. Like, women are people. Yeah. They come with everything that a man comes with. You know what I'm saying? In regards to two parents, trauma, talent, ambition.
But that's what I mean. Why would I waste her time?
Because she might be able to add, for example, a lot of the women that are my friends, we've worked together. We've made money together. Like, that is like, I'm godparent. You see what I'm saying? I'm godfather. Yeah. And these types of things, like, I don't have any children at the moment, but just to be able to spend time with their children and they trust me around their children, that I'm learning. Like, I'm able to like develop my fatherly, my fatherly qualities without having children of my own. So I started seeing value in women as people as a whole. And then I was able to, we was able to start businesses, develop projects, and do all sorts, sit down with their parents, you know what I'm saying? And create extended family, like, in a sense. Like, so the same things we do with our guys.
Yeah, and I agree with that for sure. Like, if I, with all my friends, but especially my female friends, like, I'm the guy that if they need something, they will call me. Do you know what I mean? Because I literally see them like my sister. I think, to be fair, they've been my friends for a long time. So I became friends with them when I was still in that phase of, if I find her attractive, then I'd go there with her. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think until a guy's gotten to this point where you're at, where he can say no to a woman sexually that he does find physically attractive, I think this is a principle that he should stand by.
Yeah, I would say, I would probably say that. I would definitely say that too. I said, unless you're able to drive, don't drive a car. And if you can't, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't learn. Yes. Like, learn how to do it. Learn how to develop this side of you. Yeah. But if you can't do it, don't do it, because it can go extremely wrong. And you can end up hurting yourself and hurting other people. Yeah. 100%. But I would say it isn't something that happens by chance. It's something that happens by choice. So I'd advise men to make a choice. What do you want for your life? Tap in. You know what I'm saying? Tap in now. You don't have time to waste. You see what I'm saying? Decide what you want for the rest of your life, and go out there and put the things in place in order to get it.
Yeah,
because you can. You see what I'm saying? You can. You know what I'm saying? You're a young man.
Yeah,
like, do you get what I mean? And that's it.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
And so I would definitely encourage men to make a decision for the life that they want and then live their life accordingly. To be able to get whatever it is they want. If they want to be successful, if they want business, if they want wife, if they want kids, if they want to be the leader of their family. And I'm not just talking about with the family they create. I'm talking about the family they come from.
Yeah.
As well,
Yeah. On that then, because I think a lot of guys can, I'd be very intrigued, I think, for guys to hear, but also for girls to hear, right? Because you're kind of, a reformed player. Do you know what I mean? Man's a reformed player,
I'm
right?
The coach.
He's a coach now. He went from player to the coach. Let's go. And I think, because I think a lot of, because that desire, shall we say, for different women is something that I think is pretty innate in men. Right. And I agree. It's a kind of something that we need to develop a level of self-discipline for. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Is that a desire that you still feel? And if you do, how do you manage that side of you so that it doesn't jeopardize the relationship and marriage that you have now?
Yeah. So what I would say is the desire does exist. The attraction to women does exist.
Yes.
And it's a part of just nature.
Yeah.
So I think for every man, accept that. It is a part, like if you want to accept nature, accept that you're heterosexual. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Accept that you like women. That doesn't mean you need to sleep with every woman though, obviously. But also a way to deal with that is now holding yourself to a higher standard.
Okay.
In regards to what you allow yourself to enter, or who you allow yourself to enter, and why. Because as men, we are the ones the human anatomy is built in a certain way.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think as men, take more have more intention in who you're entering and why you're entering and what is the ultimate purpose. Because we do have power. There's a lot of male power in this world. There's feminine energy in this world and there's masculine energy in this world, right? And the world around us, the entire thing was created of those two energies.
Yeah.
Whether it was a man that created the light bulb, but he was born from a woman.
Yeah.
Right? Or it was, a woman that went on to achieve an amazing Olympic record, who was born because her mum and dad connected.
Yeah.
Right? It's where you can't separate us.
Very true.
Somewhere along our life, you're going to find the coming together of a man and woman.
Yes.
That's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
So it's accepting that, and just really tapping in and thinking before we act. And even now as a married man, yes, I go out and I see attractive women, but it's, what am I doing this for? As a man, like, what am I living this life for? And like really taking pride. And I mean, in the West right now, I mean, people are talking sideways about masculinity and not showing it enough respect.
Yeah.
But as men, we need to be able to listen, we're the warriors. We're the ones that go to war.
Yeah.
So understand there's a war going on outside.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it's not the war how it was back in the day where you're going with a sword and a shield.
Yeah.
It's a war for the perspective on the world. And they're trying to change the perspective of who you are and what you stand for.
Yeah.
So I'd say definitely lock in, put that energy, towards building yourself.
Yeah.
Start to see the world clearly, with clarity. I mean, when I was growing up, people weren't as revealing as they are today. And I'm talking about our female counterparts. They weren't as revealing.
Yeah.
If you wanted to see a woman half naked, you had to get to know her.
There was investment that had to go into that.
You had to really I don't want to say man up, but you had to man up. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get to know her, you had to have certain skills in regards to conversational skills and personality. So that don't mean now, because you can access porn whenever you want, a woman's body whenever you want, virtually, that should just be the thing that you concentrate on. I understand there's a war.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Understand? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you. I guess I think so it sounds like with the handling that sexual desire part, accepting that it is natural as a man to find other women attractive. But it sounds like you're saying when you attach meaning to sex, right, which inevitably raises the barrier to entry, you can find another woman attractive, but because the meaning of sex isn't there, you're not going to have that desire to be physical with her anyway, for sure. That makes complete sense. In regards to when you're saying about, okay, back in the day as a man, you'd have to man up, make that investment to see a woman half naked, right? Isn't it women that set the standard though? Because if every woman was like that, if every woman said, and I've said this before, if every woman said, I'm not going to sleep with a man unless I know we're in an exclusive relationship, that would solve 99% of problems.
There are women like that.
They are. They're the ones that get wifed up.
Yeah, exactly. And so what I'm saying is that like society's always going to try to set the standard. That's what I mean. Like society's always going to try to control our perception of reality.
Sure.
But the reality is we are the only ones that are in control. I mean, when my grandma first arrived in this country, there was a perception of how to treat and how to act towards a person of African descent.
Very true.
She never bought into that.
Okay.
She never bought into that. She continued to see herself as a full first-class citizen when a society tried to make her second class.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And now we're here today. You see what I mean? And now we're here today because of it. So I would say that even though society may set certain or push certain narratives and certain ways of living, make your own standards. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And if you do, and if you actually take the time to make your own standards, you won't even have the time of day to waste. Because there's so many things around you start to realize anyway that have been pushed by someone else.
Yes, right? Very true, very true. When you were dating your current wife and getting to know each other, right, within those few months, and obviously you were dating with intention in terms of taking that celibacy, I think a lot of guys, how did she show up for you while you were dating that made you realize this is the woman that I want to invest in long term? Because I think a lot of guys gauge a woman's interest in him based on how physical she is with him, right?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of guys, it can happen where, a lot of time guys will use women for sex a lot of the time, and women can use guys for like time, attention, and money, right?
Yeah.
And so I think, women are trying to mitigate, okay, is this guy only interested in me for the physical, or is he actually interested in me? I think guys are trying to mitigate, okay, does she actually like who I am? Does she have desire for me? Or is she just enjoying what I'm giving her?
Yeah.
Right? With no actual interest. So I think a lot of guys will try and gauge a woman's genuine interest in how physical she is with him. But obviously you weren't doing that. So how, for you, did she show up in a way that A, gave you that reassurance that she actually desired who you were as a man? She wasn't just enjoying the attention and what you were giving her. And what made you go, this is the woman that I want to build my life with?
I think what it is with the attention, right? I made sure that, okay, if she has my attention, I'm going to, so let's just say, and we'll take it back to nature, in regards to a man being a farmer with the seeds, a woman being the fertile soil, that's going to multiply those seeds.
Yes.
When we was talking, I was giving her my time, I'd plant the seed of my future dreams. And I'll see how she takes that, what I've just said, and makes me feel. Does she multiply my ambition to want to achieve it? So it's little things like you're on a date and you say, I want to start my own company, and eventually I want to travel here with the company. Whatever it is, you plant your own seed. What's her response to that? Is it fertile soil? Does she grow on your idea? Does she say, that's really interesting, but how would you make money? You see what I'm saying? And then you got to explain now how you would make money. Oh, okay. And see, that's just one question, one response, which makes me multiply what I'm saying and think. So that was something. She was very inquisitive. And so when I would say things and talk about my life, she would, build on the idea.
Right.
So that was definitely one thing. Also, in regards to her own life, I saw her dedication to certain things. You know, in regards to, she was at university at the time. And I would say, which is actually quite funny, we actually met as teenagers.
Right, no
yeah,
way.
we met at a bus stop.
Right.
I was 18, she was 16. I was joyriding in, my boy just got his car, so he was taking it for a spin, like his first car.
Yeah.
Saw her at the bus stop. I was like, yo, pull up.
Yeah.
I hopped out, illegal parked, jumped out, went to the bus stop. I was like, yo, I just saw you. These are times we're kids.
Yes.
Got a number from there. And but at that time I was 18.
Yeah.
So all I wanted was one thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
You know how it is at that age.
Yeah.
You're just trying to like, yo, can I come around? Can I come
Yeah.
around? Can I come around?
We did.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
chill.
not even a date. Like, can I just come around? And of course, you don't have money. And we had two, you could call them dates. We had 2 dates. And on both dates, I just tried to get one thing. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't on it. And because I could see she was actually a good person and she wasn't on it, I didn't know how to, at that age, how to deal with someone that was like that. Like, how do you deal with a person, if you're a misguided young person that's 18 years old, there's a woman that you get on with, but she doesn't want to have sex? She doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, so for me, as the young man that I was at the time, I just stopped talking to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even till this day, there's messages of her, like we pulled up the old messages like a couple of years back, and it was just like her saying, how come you haven't called me?
Yeah.
And I'm just dropping the dead bars and because I'm working.
Because I'm just busy. Yeah.
Yeah, like these I'm 18. Like,
yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
got no job
That's
like
so
that.
interesting.
Like,
What was that like for you guys looking back at messages when you were both different people? What was that like?
It was, for her, it was cringe.
Yeah.
She was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, why am I begging
Why
it?
I'm being a beg?
Yeah. Like, why am I begging it? And I'm just like,
Yeah, but she's laughing now.
Yeah, you know
she's
what
got
I'm
the man now.
saying?
So.
Yeah, so yeah, man. But we did end up reconnecting. Even the story behind that is interesting, actually.
Yeah,
like,
go on.
Throughout the celibacy journey, it got to the point that I had dated women and they just hadn't gone anywhere, and I just had to let them go. I remember just I actually mentioned this in my vows as well. At our wedding, I remember getting down on my knees at the end of the bed. Because I knew I was doing what I was doing, the journey I was on, it was a divine one. Like, I was really trying to create this for myself.
Yeah.
And I remember getting down on my knees, end of my bed, and I just said, God, like, I've done everything. Like, I've sacrificed. I've been on this journey. Like, I'm ready. Like, send me the right person. Like, I'm ready now. Like, I don't know what else to do. I've done the dating with no sex, and these women are saying that they like that, and then it seems that they can't be as disciplined. Yeah, man, I was really at that point. It had been 6 months. I was at that point where I was like, Lord, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, and then I opened my eyes from my prayer, and something told me, like, you've already met her. A voice in my head said, you've already met her. And you met her when you were young. She didn't know you long enough to know the man
that you are.
Yeah, the man that you are and the journey that you've been on.
Yes.
Like, she didn't see none of the heartbreak that you caused so many people and the misguidance. She never saw any of that. And so I woke up 3 a.m, never forget, grabbed my phone. I was like, there's only a few numbers of people I still have, like women I still have from teenage age that it could possibly be.
Yeah.
And this was a mixture of girls that I used to talk to, girls whose numbers I got from 18 years old that I just never called.
Yeah.
It was about 5 women. And I was like, 3 a.m, what do I even say? Something just said, yo, just say, hey, long time. Like, that's all you can say at 3 a.m.
Yes.
Right? Hey, long time. And I just said, hey, long time. And then in the morning, obviously, some people even have the same number anymore.
Yeah.
Right? The one tick on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Other people responded and they were like, oh, like, I'm actually in a relationship, or I've got a child.
Yeah.
Or just different things that were just letting me know, like, okay, it's probably not you. But then with my wife, yeah, she was like, who's this? But I was like, so she deleted my number. After I did what I did back in the day, she deleted my number.
First.
And I was just like, yeah, like, this guy, like, I met you years ago, and remember we watched like the Notorious movie together, like, and she was like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah.
And she was like, she's at uni. I was like, okay, you're doing your thing. And like, yeah, just started talking.
Right.
And that was it.
What was it for you because thing is, when guys get married, right?
Yeah.
We say, a lot of the time guys will say, "Oh, he's getting cuffed."
Oh,
right?
man.
He's getting cuffed.
Yeah.
And because I guess it's, the masculine seeks freedom, right? So the idea of getting married and stuff is like, okay, you're restricting your freedom, right? And I'm going off the comment that you made from King's video, which went viral, which
Big up King,
shout out to King, right? Making this happen. About, he basically did a great breakdown about how situationships is like a very beneficial deal for most men today, because he can essentially get all the benefits of the physical play with a woman without having to give that real investment and commitment, right? And your comment, which like got voted the top, which was, do you want to tell us what your comment was?
Yeah, so I said that from a man that's been on both sides, and now having a wife, I see that is the most, I believe that is the best investment of my TEAM.
Yeah, TEAM, which is time, energy, attention, and money. Yeah. And
which is a great acronym. Big up, King.
Yeah. Big up, man. That's absolutely solid. So I think a lot of guys would feel that they would want to do that if they found the woman that they felt they could do that with. Because from a lot of guys I speak to, they say there's a lot of attractive women, but there aren't that many wives. So I guess for you, let's say you have a guy, let's say he's enjoying his freedom, he's in a good space, he's indulging in different women, and he's like, yeah, he's having fun, but he's looking for stronger meaning.
Yeah.
And he wants to attract that kind of woman that you saw in your wife, that you go, I can do that with her, right? What would your advice be? What would be like 1 or 2 steps for him to do now? They go, okay, if you want to start on this path where you attract that kind of woman that you see that with, this is the kind of man you need to become.
Yeah.
And this is what you can do practically to start on that journey.
Yeah. I would definitely say, become the person you want to attract. So if you don't want a woman that's out here sleeping around, try to refrain yourself from sleeping around. Like, try.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Just try, man. If you don't want a woman that's out here, like that has a bit more dignity, then carry yourself with more dignity.
Yes.
I would definitely say that is definitely a practical step that a man could take. And it just means, and I get it, as men, we do have all of this, all of these hormones and testosterone that's going through our body. Do you know what I'm saying? Put that energy somewhere. And also, like, it's gonna sound funny, but we're men. Like, sometimes just relieve yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
take some of the pressure off.
Yeah, man. Like, you ain't always got to relieve yourself with someone else and go through all the conversation, and a lot of the times when you do it with someone that you ain't interested in, as soon as it happens, you're
done. You're like, why am I here? Why is she here? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We've been through it, bro. So like, it's doing it with integrity now. It's purpose.
Yeah,
you have a purpose for it. It's keeping you on the straight and narrow. Yeah, not just because, like, do you know what I mean? I just want to do it because, like, for no reason. So yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Like, start there, and then the next step I would say is, once you've done that, use the free time, because you're gonna have a lot more free time.
That's actually good facts. Yeah,
right. Use that free time to ask yourself tough questions and answer those questions. And it doesn't mean you have to answer them today. Yeah, but it means you have to hold yourself to a standard that question must be answered. So, for example, what type of life do I want for myself in regards to a relationship? Yeah, a guy might be debating between monogamy, polyamory, for example, or just going free flow. Yeah, right. No one says you have to answer today, but hold yourself to a certain standard that you will answer that question. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and so do that in every aspect of your life. The more you do it, the more questions you're going to be able to think of, and the deeper you're going to have that conversation with yourself. And I guarantee, once you've done that, you're gonna be able to get the woman, because we are naturally hunters. That is just it. We are naturally
the
hunters.
Energy is gonna have to go somewhere.
You gotta be you can't just be I mean, there's good hunters and there's bad hunters. Yeah, that's what it is. And you gotta tap into that competitiveness of your masculinity and that hunter energy and say to yourself, nah, I'm not just going to show you that I can, you know, get loads of women and show the world around me and show my boys, and I'm going to show I can get quality.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be the top hunter.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm going to set a certain standard in this way now.
Would you recommend celibacy?
I would recommend it. I would definitely recommend it. And celibacy doesn't mean no interaction and no physical touch. It's just saying I'm not like, listen, there's loads of ways we can, as men, there's loads of ways we can get off. As men and women, there's loads of ways we can get off.
Yeah.
Those ways aren't the sacred way. Those ways aren't the way that make a human. Those, you know what I'm saying? Yes. All of those stuff, all of those ways are foreplay.
Yeah,
like, let's be real.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
just foreplay. They aren't the divine act of sexual intercourse.
Yes.
They aren't that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like that would have been the way to make a child, to make a human.
Yeah.
If that was the case. But so I would say concentrate on other ways. Realize that, and be honest enough and realize that a lot of the times you were only doing it for the pleasure, right?
Yes.
For the nut.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, get nuts in other ways.
Get it elsewhere.
Get it in other ways.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? Because we all know how it is, man. You have that post-nut clarity.
Yeah.
And you're just like, let me get back to work.
Yeah, it's so true. Like all the senses just come back.
What was I working on again?
It's so true. That's, you know, honestly, that post-nut clarity, it's such a phenomenon.
It is.
It's such a phenomenon. Like, it's actually crazy how the switch can be so instant.
Sometimes it hasn't even left your body yet.
Literally.
Like
anticipating the emptiness you're about to feel.
Bro, oh my God, it hasn't even left your body and your mind's already like, wait,
why is she here? Why am I here?
Why did I do this?
Why did I do this? That's actually such. And
you know as well, this is the thing as well, you know as a man, you did it.
Yeah.
You allowed it. You pursued. Like, you made the call. And it was just like, I didn't have to. Like,
a
lot of my my TEAME has been used.
Yes.
Just for this.
It's so true, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And what you get as well, like, one thing I would say is that once you invest, like, you get a return on your investment.
Big facts.
That's what you get. You get someone that is like, bro, I'm telling you, like, just look, things that you don't even think about, like the fact that your woman is, you know, more maternal. And then you introduce her to your family. And now because you have, and she's maternal, she's allowing, she's taking care of your nephew at your house, which means you get to spend more time with your nephew.
Yeah.
Which means now you're making a greater impact on your nephew. Like, this is, from my personal experience, making more of an impact on my nephew's life.
Yeah. 100%.
Where I guarantee if I didn't have someone by my side that had that natural motherly instinct, he wouldn't be at my house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Like, do you get what I mean? How many single men are looking after the children in their family?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what it all comes down to. Like, family.
Yeah.
As men, the family is your kingdom.
Yeah, I love that.
We got to keep our eye on the prize. Like, that's what it's all for. The dating, the relationship, you know, the engagement, the marriage.
Yeah.
It's all about family, being able to pass everything you've gained in this world as a man and pass it on to your seeds, who are then going to take that on.
Yeah.
Right? Because what's the point in building all of this, man? We've got so much, we're born with so much ambition and energy and like to conquer and create for who, ourselves?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to pass
to
that on, man.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's Patrick Bet-David who says, he goes, you know, there are 3 things a man should do in his life, which is plant a tree, have children. He says, write a book. And he says, because all of those things outlive you.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And everything, you know, and I remember thinking this, kind of having a, you know, there's a lot of parallels in terms of understandings you've come to that I've come to over the, you know, past several years. And just, I see everything as either spending or investing.
Yeah.
Right? Spending means that you're just spending in that moment. Yeah. Right? And there are times where it's nice to spend. There's nothing wrong with that. Investing means you are going to get a return later.
A good return
later, right?
And
it's so true. When you start looking at dating, who you're interacting with, am I spending here or am I investing? And anyone wealthy in life, and I don't mean wealthy just financial, right? I mean, wealthy, family, spiritually, financial. Anyone who is wealthy spend more time investing than spending.
Facts.
That's
Big
how they get
facts.
wealthy.
Big facts. Yeah. For anyone listening,
Yeah.
if they take anything away,
Yeah.
it's about investment. Investment in yourself, investment in the person beside you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and the beautiful thing about that is the returns come in ways that you never even imagined. Bro. Like,
that's the
my
best part,
God.
right? That's the best
Like,
part.
there's little things like, you know, someone buying you socks, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just
Little
making sure you
things.
always got fresh underwear.
Yeah.
Like, and like just little things. Like, it's just, you know, like it's not even just that though. It's almost like teaching you how to be aggressive, right? Or be frustrated and be aggressive, but in a way where you're like not scary. You get what I'm saying? Like, being able to carry yourself as a certain type of leader.
Yes.
Seeing if your dreams and ambitions are actually not just good for you, but good for others.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing when you're able to create a lifestyle for yourself, and then you've got another human that was born from another two parents. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good feeling. Like, what that does for individual's confidence.
Yeah.
Just to know that there's a whole grown adult.
Yes.
Right here, who's my age mate, and they're following my lead.
Yeah, they help me. Yeah.
Yeah, like for your confidence in the world. Like, you just feel like
the pride that you get from that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you get what I mean? And that's what it's about. And then you just go into the world and you just have a different bop in your step.
Yeah. And I think it's so true in the sense of when you, like, guys can be celebrated amongst their guys, right? For two different things. Yeah, being a guy who gets loads of women.
Yeah.
But also, or being the guy that has a great woman who follows him.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, when you see a girl and you go, wow, she's incredible. That's the man she's following. That says a lot about him to me.
Yes.
I may not even speak to him.
Yeah.
If I see she's a great woman and she's following this man, I'm like, he's something.
Yep. And as a man, I would say you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it. Like, you feel
so true.
Just like the way you feel it when you have a successful business.
Yeah.
And you feel it from society. You do feel it, and you get to feel it from your family members, which is a beautiful feeling. Especially, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, if you've grown up in a world or in a family where like long-term relationships weren't the norm, where there was a lot of heartbreak, you know, there was a lot of broken homes. So to be able to commit yourself to kind of heal that part of, you know, like heal that kind of generational trauma, as some would put it, it's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah. Do you think that if that previous girl that you said you were with, if she didn't have that abortion, if she didn't get pregnant and that happened, do you think you would have made this change in yourself?
No, I wouldn't have made this. I don't think so. I would have definitely made a change.
Yes.
But it wouldn't have been this change.
Yeah.
I think that it could have, it would have changed the course of my life.
Yeah.
Bringing another life into the world at the age that I was. I think that.
No, but I mean, what if she didn't even get pregnant?
Oh, if she didn't?
Let's say she didn't get,
like, I still think I would have been on the path. Yeah. I still think, because that was just one out of many.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? The whole, we'd have to get a time, we would have to get, like the Back to the Future whip. And go back and change a lot of things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? For it to, for all of those things not to happen. But man, I could speak for days. Like, there was a time, for example, where I was this guy, that guy, right? And two of my very close friends, I pursued women that they liked. I just did it for one reason, but they actually liked them, right? And I did the deed, and I remember seeing like the pain in my boy's eyes.
Yeah,
but like it's free for all out here.
Yeah, it's like it's part of the game. They hate the player.
Game, but I'm telling you, like,
yeah,
I care about my friends. You know what I'm saying? It's real, and like I remember, like bro, like she's feeling me. Like, do you mind? And him just saying, nah, I don't mind. It's cool. But like, I knew, you know, within yourself, and then this was a big one as well, actually. So that happened, right? Did my deed with her, he actually did like her. He was actually, but she was in a low place. She was low and I was low, and we connected. It's almost like trauma bonding in a sense. Like you're carrying yourself promiscuously and I'm carrying myself promiscuously. So we connected, right? But I remember in the future now, this was maybe a few years after that happened, that same friend, he got into an argument with his partner, his girlfriend at the time, and just, you know, to rattle his feathers, she's gone, oh, well, by the way, one of your friends tried to pull it on me.
Wow.
And I was the friend he called. And we're like, what the hell?
Was that you? Okay.
And I remember that, and I was like,
yes.
Reputation. It's not just with women, it's even in your own circle. And I was like, no, this is my boy.
Yeah,
like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
But the fact that he thinks I would do that.
Because of a previous situation that technically, like, no one owed anyone anything.
Yeah. But I think as a friend, I did owe him the respect of not pursuing her. I didn't have to pursue her.
I would say that, and you could disagree, I think if you were pursuing her seriously, I think if you were just like, if you generally connected with her and you're pursuing her seriously, you're like, hey man,
yeah, that's different.
We're connecting and stuff.
That's different.
I know you liked her and stuff. How are you feeling about it? But I think because it was casual and he wanted something serious, that's where it's like, yeah, that cuts a bit deeper.
Yeah, it cuts very deep. But as a friend, I should have been able to see that and put his feelings first before that.
Yeah, it's true.
But that just goes to show, like, the way the mindset is at that time, right? But yeah, that was another thing that really cut deep. Yeah, I did actually bring two of my friends aside later on in life, and I sat them down and I was just like, look, guys, I'm sorry. Like, do you get what I mean? I know when we have brought this up, it's kind of like it's free for all. Like, but I knew I knew both of them felt some type of way.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I had to be real with them and real with myself. And like, it was some scumbag behavior.
Yeah.
Like, it was some, like, you know what I mean? But like I said, you're just valuing the wrong things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, for sure. One thing I'd love to ask you is, you know, because I'm assuming you've been very open, transparent about your journey with your wife, your nemesis and everything. What's something that would you say that a woman can look for in a man? Let's say, because, you know, desirable guy, look after himself, the kind of guy that, you know, women want in that sense, right? And you've had those options and you've indulged in that, but now, you know, you've chosen that one person and you're in a committed relationship. What's something a woman can look for in a guy, let's say, who is desirable, who has explored with other women, that can give her reassurance that he is going to be showing up in the right way for the relationship so she can feel safe and secure with him?
I would definitely say, and one thing I hear from a lot of my friends that are women is they're like the man that they're talking to not opening up, not being vulnerable. So I would say if you talk to a man and he's able to be vulnerable and you're able to have conversations about his upbringing, about, you know, his relationship with his mom, his dad, even his time in school, even how that was. Do you get what I'm saying? These are all things that for every person, these are all impactful parts of our existence. So I would say that is a good place to start. Is he willing to open up and talk to you? And I would say if he is, because it is very hard for men in this society to feel safe.
Yes.
Right? The world is a very harsh place for men. So a lot of us, we have our guard up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because we don't want to be vulnerable, because if you are a vulnerable man in this world, you can get taken advantage of.
Especially with the wrong person.
Especially with the wrong person in so many ways.
Yeah.
In work, you could just be walking down the street. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say a man that's willing to put his shield down and put his sword down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Is there something a woman can do that can invite him and show him that she's the kind of woman that he can do that with?
Yeah, I would say once he does open up, don't use what he's shared with you against him. Don't use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Right? When he takes a sword out of his heart and says, yeah, someone stabbed me with this at 12.
Yeah.
Right? Don't then go and when you're ready and he doesn't show up for you in the way, because no one's perfect.
Yeah. Then
poke him back.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And say, well, you know you've been struggling with this. Remember you told me what you went through when you like nah.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Like don't I think for a man, because especially the right man, he respects the fact that he can't physically lay his hand on a woman.
Yes.
He respects that.
Yeah.
Right. So all you have next is words.
Yes.
Right. And a man is not gonna beat a woman in a word battle.
Yeah.
Right. Because a woman can say things that a man can't say. Because if a man says certain things, what comes after that is violence. So a man with integrity is not even gonna say certain things because we ain't stepping in the ring.
Yeah.
You're not gonna step in the ring with me. So I'm not even gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
And so I would say, don't be careful with her words.
Yeah.
And he'll continue to open up.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Is there anything else you'd like to bring to conversation today? Anything you want to chat about?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to talk about family.
Yeah.
And the impact that two people having a successful relationship or not has on the children and who they become as adults. So like, how was your upbringing?
Yeah. So, my parents divorced when I was a baby. So I've always had two separate households. But one thing that I really appreciated about them was that they were always on the same team when it came to raising me, sometimes annoyingly so. And so even though they weren't together, they were very good co-parents.
Yeah.
I come from a Nigerian household, and so it was always made, even though I primarily stayed with my mum, with every other week I was with my dad, every other weekend, and then holidays would be half and half. She would say like, you're spending time with your father, you're going to do this for your dad. And obviously my dad would always, he would always come get me, and he was very present. His children were the most important thing to him. So that's one thing that I think can be rare from split parents, like a broken household, essentially. I technically come from a broken household. And even to the point that if I was getting Larry with my mum, she'd be like, I'll call your father and he'll deal with you. And she would call him and he would deal with me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that was my upbringing, and witnessing that. But my father had children, got remarried and stuff. And so it was weird because one household was just me and my mum, and another household it was like a whole family. Do you know what I mean? And me and my sisters and younger brother were raised in the same household. So and then, kind of that traditional dynamic. Yeah, my dad was very much the head of the house, even amongst his siblings. People came to him, because he did very well for himself, and he was always the guy kind of sorting everything out. Do you know what I mean? People came to him. And so that was my example kind of growing up. And that's what, because we lost him a few years ago. And so I'm
sorry to hear that, man.
I appreciate that. But I think I very much, not stepped into that role in certain ways for some of the people in my life. And it's weird, even some people who are my seniors, are relying on me or asking me for things, or not asking me for things, but ask me to help them with things, or coming to me, and even me consoling them. And it was me who lost my father. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But especially as the boy, but also as the eldest, because I'm the eldest of four, I've been raised that's the position and that's the duty to take.
Was your dad also the oldest?
He wasn't. He was the middle child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was the third son out of 5 children. But he was very much still the head, I think, because not just about him doing well for himself, but he was always, whenever there was a problem, they would go to Shola. That was my dad's name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They would always go to him. And so when we lost him, it was a big loss for the family, I think. And I think it hit a lot of people very hard. But it's so interesting. I remember, he wasn't perfect, but he was a great man. He was a great man. He had his flaws, as we all do. But I even remember, it's not about never seeing him cry, but I remember I remember having this conversation with my mom recently, where he sat me, my sisters, like his children, and my cousin, who's like a son to him, because my cousin lost his father, so my dad basically adopted him like his own son. I remember when he sat us down, because he had some tests. I remember when he sat us down and he told us that it was terminal. And that they basically told him that he's basically got a few months. Of course, we started breaking down. Do you know what I mean? You just, started, I'm saying like, but you haven't met your grandchildren and all of this, there are things you're going to miss. And we start breaking down. Remember, he told us, and he kind of heard what we had to say, and then he went up to his room. And I remember thinking, and bearing in mind, for him, his children were the most important thing to him.
Exactly.
And I was like, even in that moment where you're telling the people you love the most that you're not going to be around, you were still strong for us in that moment.
Yeah. So willing to be the backbone.
Yeah. Even in that moment, which would have been the hardest thing he's ever had to do. And I was like, that's so inspiring.
And that's that sacrifice.
Yeah.
For something greater than ourselves.
Yeah.
As men, because he's able to see these are my seeds that are going to grow to be huge trees of their own and have their own fruit.
Yeah.
And those fruits are going to have seeds and so on and so forth. And I think that is that's what we, when we was talking earlier about tapping into that energy. We don't go to war anymore. We don't have to go to war. I mean, thankfully, we don't have to in this society go to war in that way anymore.
Yeah.
But we still have that.
Yeah.
And it's like, and a man like your dad that was willing to invest in himself and then in those around him, you live forever.
100%.
You live forever.
It's so true. And it's even like, because my younger brother, he's 7 now. And so, I'll take him out and I'll have him because he's growing up without a father figure. So it's really important he has a masculine model in his life.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I spend time with him, it's weird. It sounds so cringe, but I feel my dad's presence when I spend time with him.
Yeah. In what way? In what way do you feel your dad's presence?
It's like, who's like a really close person with you in your family? Who are you really close with?
I would say right now, currently my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah. Older male, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, when you're younger and, if things were going wrong or something going wrong in the house or whatever, but then when dad comes home, you're like, okay, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
like order.
Yeah. It's like just feeling, it's really difficult to describe outside of feeling his presence in the room. Like he's spending time with his other son through me. In that sense. That's
powerful.
Yeah, man. And I think, I've always had a vision of the kind of man that I want to become in terms of, a lot of things that I see in him that I'm like, I want to be that man for my family where, okay, when Kit's here, we know everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I just see things very differently with a different lens. And it kind of sucks to say this, but I can see now that me losing my dad at this, kind of at a relatively young age was always going to be part of my journey.
Yeah. Because
there are ways that I see things, that I think about things now, that if he was still around, I wouldn't be seeing or thinking about them in a way until like 10 years time.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's even helped my personal relationships, my business as well. It's been thriving in that sense because I just have a different mindset, man. Like I've always been driven. I don't want to make this about me. I've always been driven, but I've always been driven for myself.
Yeah.
I want this because it's going to make me feel good and I'm going to get this. But now I'm like, what does this mean? What position does this put me in to provide for the people I care about in my life? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a different sense of, I don't know, maybe honorable drive. I don't know. It's just a different sense, which is why I find it really interesting because I've had that experience of being that guy, indulging in different women and, always with integrity, always being honest, but doing that. And yeah, kind of just going through that of what does it all mean?
Yeah.
What's it really for? And it really does. It's interesting how you like one experience kind of shifted things for you.
Yeah.
And I think, that experience, as difficult as it was, has really shifted things for me in certain ways.
Yeah.
Which is why, I find, because I think there are a lot of guys who are my friends who, successful, attractive guys, we know one as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who are doing their thing and, they're these great guys. And it's just, yes, we have fun, but then it is that, okay, what does it mean? Like, what's the higher purpose here?
Yeah.
What are we doing it for?
It's like when we used to play computer games and you clock the game and then now you're just free roaming. Right? You've got unlimited ammo. You got unlimited armor. Like you got you've got all the cash.
Yeah.
And now you're just roaming the streets of GTA.
Yeah, big facts, right?
Saying? Like,
big facts.
Just doing nothing. Like, you've clocked all the missions.
Yes.
So yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I think that one of the things that connect for me in everything that you just shared, and my own self and just relating to your journey is the meaning of having one, like a father figure.
Yes.
And that masculine pillar, basically a healthy masculine pillar in your life.
Yes.
But also then reflecting on what I was saying about reflecting on your own. It makes you reflect on your own masculine, the pillar that you want to be.
Yes.
Right. It's really taking charge of that masculine energy.
Yes.
And decide and say, no. You're gonna be this.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna serve.
Yes.
You're being put to use.
Yes.
You're not. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think that's really beautiful, and I think that that's ultimately the purpose for all of this.
Yeah.
Right. So that our seeds can go on and can develop their own business and their own show and speak about you in high esteem because you relate to so much in their life.
Yes.
Like if they were doing anything in life, they could have been working behind a till.
Yes.
Right. In a store, in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And your name will be mentioned. One way or another, your name will be mentioned.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Very true.
And that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Like that's that legacy.
100%. I think one thing that from what you just said just came to me is that masculine drive, temperament, energy, it can either be there to serve yourself or to serve others.
Yeah.
And I think that, I guess a lot of the overarching thing that we're talking about, this evolution, is being in a space where it was only used to serve yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And now you're in a space where it's there to serve others.
Yeah.
And not just others includes you.
Yeah, it does. It
includes
you plus.
You plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not sacrificing yourself for, okay, what I need to be okay never gets fulfilled, but it's you plus, okay, me, but also for this person because there's a higher vision.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's beautiful.
I think that is beautiful, man. And I think, like ultimately, like family is the goal, man. It leads to some powerful people.
Yes.
Like good family creates good people.
Yeah.
And and then they go on in this world and they create change.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they achieve things that you never would have imagined. So
man, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Listen, Aaron, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, man. Thanks for coming on and just sharing your journey, your experience, and giving us some golden wisdom for sure. If people want to find you and find your journey, like where can they find you? Where can they watch you?
Definitely find me online at AaronBC_ or follow my business, my community fitness company.
Nice.
We go out throughout the whole of London, outside London. We go international, helping communities through wellness.
Nice.
So follow them. Maroon Fitness is the name taken after the great maroons of the Caribbean, the West and Central African maroons. Nice. That were taken to the Caribbean and did whatever it took to hold on to their heritage and their language. So connect with us, definitely. Love that. We appreciate you for coming on, man. Definitely. I appreciate you for having me, brother. Man. Always, yes. Let's go, Has to be done. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Go give him a like, give him a follow, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next episode.